Hi, kindergartners. I'm so excited to read to you from chapter 7 in The Night at Dawn. Chapter 6 was an exciting chapter. The guards found Jack and Annie and took them into the dungeon. But Annie, she's so smart. She used that magic wand and she surprised the guards. Was that really a magic wand? No, it was her flashlight, but she's so smart to use it that way. She surprised them and they ran away. Chapter 7 is called A Secret Passage. I love secret passages. When we read the chapter today, we're going to be making inferences. An inference is where we think about what the characters know and what they're thinking and feeling. So sometimes the author may not tell us what the character is thinking or feeling, but we can use clues that they tell us in the story to figure out what the character is thinking and feeling. We pretend like we're in Jack's place or we're in Annie's place, and we can imagine what they're thinking and feeling based on what the author tells us. So we'll practice that today, making inferences. I'll put my card right behind me so you can remember. Okay, chapter 7 is called A Secret Passage. Annie and Jack raced back up the winding stairs and down the long hallway. They hadn't gone far when they heard shouting behind them. Dogs barked in the distance. "They're coming!" Annie cried. "In here," said Jack. He shoved open a door off the hallway and pulled Annie into a dark room. Jack pushed the door shut. Then Annie shined her flashlight around the room. There were rows of sacks and wooden barrels. "I better look in the book," said Jack. "Give it to me." Annie gave him the flashlight and his backpack. He pulled out the book and started tearing through it. "Shh," said Annie. "Someone's coming." Jack and Annie jumped behind the door. Just as it creaked open, Jack held his breath. A light from a torch danced wildly over the sacks and barrels. The light disappeared. The door slammed shut. "Oh man," whispered Jack. "We have to hurry. They might come back." His hands were trembling as he flipped through the pages of his book. Let's make an inference about what Jack is thinking. The author told me that he was holding his breath, and then he let go his breath and said, "Oh man, we better hurry." And his hands were shaking as he was reading his book. So how do you think Jack is feeling right now? He's probably feeling pretty scared or nervous. When my hands are shaking like that, I'm not feeling too happy or excited. I'm usually pretty nervous or scared. And if he feels like they have to hurry, he probably feels like he's a little scared right now. Okay, let's keep reading and find out more. "Here's a map of the castle," he said. "Look, this must be the room that we're in. It's a storeroom." Jack studied the room in the book. "These are sacks of flowers and barrels of water." "Who cares? We have to go," said Annie, "before they come back." "No, look," said Jack. He pointed at the map. "Here's a trapdoor." He read aloud. If you don't know what a trapdoor is, he's going to tell us what it says in the book. "This door leads from the storeroom through a secret passage to a precipice over the moat." "What's a precipice?" said Annie. "I don't know," said Jack, "but we'll find out. First, we have to find the door." Jack looked at the picture carefully. They're going to try to find that secret passage. Then he shined the flashlight around the room. The floor of the room was made up of stones. The trapdoor in the picture was 5 stones away from the door to the hall. Jack shined his light on the floor and counted the stones. Let's count to 5 together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He stamped on the 5th stone. It was loose. He put the flashlight on the floor. He worked his fingers under the thin sheet of stone and he tried to lift it up. "Help," Jack said. What do you think? Is that stone easy to move or hard? If Jack asked for help, it tells me it must have been hard to move. Annie came over and helped him lift the stone square out of its place. Underneath it was a small wooden door. Jack and Annie tugged on the rope handle of the door. The door fell open with a thunk. Jack picked up the flashlight and shined it in the hole. "There's a little ladder," he said. "Let's go." He clipped the flashlight and felt his way down the small ladder. Annie followed him. When they both reached the bottom of the ladder, Jack shined the light around them. There was a tunnel. He crouched down and began moving through the damp, creepy tunnel. The flashlight barely lit the stone walls. He shook the light. Oh, were the batteries running out? "I think our light is dying," he said to Annie. "Hurry," she called from behind. Jack went faster. His back hurt from crouching down. Have you ever tried to walk like that? Oh, back hurts from walking like that. The light got dimmer and dimmer. He was desperate to get out of the castle before the batteries completely died. Soon he reached another small wooden door, the door at the end of the tunnel. Jack unlatched the door and pushed it open. He poked his head outside. He couldn't see anything in the misty darkness. The air felt good, cool and fresh. He took a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath together. Fresh air. "Where are we?" whispered Annie behind him. "What do you see?" "Nothing, but I think we've come to the outside of the castle," said Jack. "I'll find out." Jack put the flashlight in his pack. He put the pack on his back. He stuck his hand out the door. He couldn't feel the ground, just air. "I'm gonna have to go feet first," he said. Jack turned around in the small tunnel. He lay down on his stomach. He stuck one leg out the door, then the other. Jack inched down bit by bit until he was hanging out the door, clinging to the ledge. "This must be the precipice," he called to Annie. "Pull me up." Annie reached for Jack's hands. "I can't hold you," she said. Jack felt his fingers slipping. Then down he fell, down through the darkness. Splash. Oh, I love that word at the end, splash. The author doesn't have to tell me where Jack is. I can make an inference. Where is Jack right now? If he just splashed. He fell into the water. What water do you think that is? He fell into the moat, the water around the castle. Oh no. How do you think Jack is feeling after he fell into the water? Not so good a feeling. For my story timeline card, I drew the same thing as the illustrator of the story. I drew Jack fallen into the moat, and Annie, she just tried to help him. She tried to hold on, but he fell down in there. What do you think of that secret passageway? Did you think Jack and Annie were going to find a way through the castle? That was pretty cool how they found a secret passage, but not a great way to end up. So are you thinking about what you're going to write? Think about something that happened in this chapter. You can write about the secret passageway, how they found the secret passageway or what it looked like in there, or what happened at the end, which was also very exciting. Hope you enjoyed the chapter today, friends, and I can't wait to find out what happens tomorrow. I hope Jack's okay.